Hi all, good morning. Good morning. I don't see any attendees yet.
Minutes, sir. I
Is it a good
will.
time to start?
No, sir. No one have joined yet. So can we give them 2 minutes more?
Oh, okay, sure, sure. Let me know when to get started, okay?
Yeah, sir.
Is it a good time to start? 6 minutes past. Ramya, can you give me a confirmation? Okay, fine. Hi students, good morning. I can see 9-7 only online. Sai Vijay, Guljar, Kalyan, Mohammad Ravipuddin, Ramya Sri. Okay, fine. Let's get started. So today's we'll be trying to cover two topics, and we'll start with SQL Server function, then we'll complete the DML merge command. Okay, or either way, we can start with the DML merge command and then we can go into the function. In that way, we can cover both of them. Let me figure out the merge, the data type I have to close, the loops I have to close. Yeah, let's go to the merge command. Are you able to see my screen now? Just give a yes, no. Am I audible? Screen is visible. Just give a yes, no, so that I'm in. Or Ramya, can you confirm? The screen is visible. Okay, fine. Thank you. So let's get started. So today's topic is the merge command. We did discuss about the DML statement, and I repeatedly say we'll study merge command, but we never talked about the merge command yet, right? It's been 17, 18 sessions into the SQL, and predominantly we have covered all the DDL, DMLs, DQL, every part of the select command, every part of the DDL and DML command. Only command that we did not talk about during the DML command stack is a merge command. Okay, I said DML stands for data manipulation language, meant for doing manipulation of the stored data in the table. That is what the DML command's purpose is. As recommended by ANSI, American National Standards Institute, DML command has four command set. One is the insert command. Insert helps in inserting fresh rows of data into the table. Delete command helps in deleting existing rows of data from the table. And update command helps in updating existing data to a new data value, right? If our data is there, let's say for an example, a salary is there for an employee ID, 1 is 1000, and you want to update to 2000, you can use the update statement. Now, it also recommended another command set known as merge command as part of the DML command. Do remember, like insert has a purpose. It inserts fresh rows of data into the table. Update has a purpose, is modifies the existing value to a new value. Delete has a purpose. It deletes the existing rows of data. But merge does not have the capability of its own. Okay. Merge is a conditional block that allows you to do either insert, update, or delete depending upon your need. Okay. We have seen the if-else conditioning, right? We have studied the if-else. How do you write a if-else ladder, right? If a particular condition match, then do something. If a condition match, then do something. Else you do something. We have written those if-else blocks of code, right? You think about merge command being an if-else block of code for the DML conditions. Okay. What does typically DML merge command look like? I will start from the syntax, then only it will get some clarity. Think about this. Can you see this particular syntax? What the command set say? Merge a target table name using a source table name on a matching condition. Okay. It's a complex syntax, but what typically it is supposed to do? You see that I'm saying a merge statement like insert into table name. Here you will say merge target table name using source table name on a matching condition. Matching condition like we are writing a join condition. Table one dot column name equals to table two dot column name. What you would say? Merge the target table using a source table where a particular condition is matching. Okay, then you see these two part of the products statement. When not matched, when the target table record is not matching with the source table record, in that case, when not matched by the target, that you insert some values into the target table. Okay, there are two concepts here, target table and source table. We'll discuss in detail about it, but just watch out the syntax first. When not match, then you insert some data into the table. When matched, then update the existing data in the table. Just see, when not matched is the clause, when matched is the clause, right? Then update, sorry, control Z. Then update, set the target column name equals to new value, or target column new column name equals to new value. Again, you can write another match. When not matched by source, there are two things. When not matched by target, you do something. When not matched by source, you do something. Then I'm saying you delete. You see what you are doing initially. You are doing when something is not matched, you are inserting. When something is matching, you are updating. Is that correct? You are saying then update. Then update. When something is not matching, you are saying delete. You can do multiple things. Only thing is the merge command syntax. If you could remember, then I was referring this merge command to the last part of this entire topic, because this is conditional logic, and I wanted to talk about it after the if else condition, because now you have the awareness about how to write a if else condition. You think about a merge command is a conditional block written within a within one block, right? What you say, if a condition match, then you do something. If a particular condition match, then you do another thing. If another condition match, then you do another thing. That is how we write if else block typically. This is what you do with the merge command as well. What you say, merge or target table using a source table on the source table column name, where the source table column name matches the target table column name. Then you will do conditional mapping. What you say, when not matched by target, when the target table is not matching with the record with the source table, then you do these inserts. Okay. When matched, that means when matched in the target. You don't need to write set when matched by target. You can write also when matched by target. When matched by target, then you update the existing record from the source table to the target table. When not matched by source, then you delete the record from the source table. Okay. So these are the three operations you can do within the merge command. If you have not understood by far, hold on. You will understand in some time. Let us go into the basic structure of creating a fresh table and seeing what data and what merge command will help us. Okay. Control C. Think about this. We are going to create two tables. We are going to create a table called as book inventory. Okay. That book inventory will have title, quantity, a constant I'm putting in, a default constant of value 0. Then I'm creating a table, a book order, title, ID, title, and quantity. These are the two table I'm creating. One I'm creating book inventory, and the book inventory is having title ID, title, quantity, and I'm creating a table called as book order, title ID, title, and quantity. Okay. We'll create a table called as book order. Okay. And then I will try to insert a few fresh records into this newly created table, book inventory and the book order. Okay, done. Okay, fine. So let us see what happened after this. I would write a select query just to see what data exists within this table. Select star from book inventory, from book inventory, select star from book order. Select star from book order. Let's see what data is there within both the table. Okay, that is where we are going to understand more. Can you see there is something called as title ID? This is the book first table I have highlighted is the book inventory table. Okay, the book inventory table has a title ID. There is a title and there is a quantity. There is a book inventory, title ID, title, and quantity. You think about it as an online book shopping website. Okay, the online books shopping website has one is a book inventory. Book inventory means what? How many book in my store I am keeping right now? How many books are there in my bookshop? Okay, it is an online shop. I have one online shop. Or you think about, I have a bookstore in Amirpet, okay, and these are the book that is there available in my store, and these many quantities of books available in my store, okay. What is the book available? Catcher in the Rye, Pride and Prejudice, The Great Gatsby, Jane Eyre, Catch 22, Slaughterhouse 5. These are the book. These are actually video libraries. So you can think about, this is not a book library; it is a video library. Okay, and these are the CDs available with me for these movies. Okay, and how many quantities of the CDs available of each of the movie is, for this particular line item, I have 6 quantity of movie CD available. For Pride and Prejudice, I have only 3 quantity available. For Great Gatsby, I have 0. For Jane Eyre, I have 0. For Catch 22, I have 0 books. For Slaughterhouse 5, I have 4 books. That means, ideally, when you see some books are when you see some movies, CDs are 0, that means I had it, but I sold it. That is what the 0 means. Okay, that means I had some CDs where the quantity must have been inserted as 1 or more than 1, but later on somebody took it, so now the quantity becomes 0. Clear about the book inventory? Can somebody unmute and speak? Maybe Raifuddin, are you able to get the inventory table detail? Raifuddin, Pradeep, anybody want to unmute and speak, please? Did you get the clarity about the book inventory? Student, can you please unmute and say, did you get a clarity about the Sai Vijaya saying yes, Guljar saying yes. Okay. Now let's say, now let's talk about the book order. Okay. This is the book order table. Book order is what people are asking for. This is what I am keeping in my store. Book inventory is what? Inventory means what? Inventory management system means what I am selling. You can think about Ratnadeep selling lot of items every day. You think about Reliance Smart selling a lot of item every day, right? So inventory is what you can find within the store. That is what is known as an inventory. Order is what? When customer comes to the shop and place an order, be it online, be it offline, doesn't matter, the concept remains same. Inventory as a keyword or a system. Inventory is a keyword that represents that I am piling up some stock, right? If I am inventorying book, then that particular inventory is known as book inventory. If I'm piling what do you say, construction material, it is a construction inventory, right? So depending upon what you are inventorying, that matters. So here I'm inventorying a new video library. That is my video library inventory. Now this is my order. What is the book order? Book order contains the title ID, the title of the book that people are looking for, and how many people have visited the store today, either to purchase or to place an order. There are two conditions. Either you must have visited a particular store and you tried finding a particular item and it was not there on that day. That might be a possibility, right? Because the store has run out of that particular quantity from a particular shelf on a Ratnadeep or a Reliance Smart store, right? You visit a Ratnadeep or a Reliance Smart store, I don't know, it is a generic statement I'm saying, but predominantly you will find the milk packets will get exhausted by 10-11 p.m., right? It doesn't mean that they are not selling. It does mean they were selling, but they were selling less inventory, right? Depending upon the store, depending upon the location, the milk packets will be available between morning 4 a.m. till 10 a.m. and then in the afternoon or in the evening hour when the re-inventory happen, right? Again, inventory item, again, a pickup truck will come and then load the items back, right? So typically this order table represents that particular line item where it is saying on very day, these many people have come to my store asking for books. Okay, Catcher in the Rye, 3 people came and asked for the video library. Gone in the Wind, 4 people came asked for the book. John Eyre, 5 people come to the store and asked for the book. Video, I'm again and again saying it is a book, it is a video library. Age of Innocence, 5 people came and asked for the video library. Okay, I'm just giving you this particular thing so that you can execute on your SQL DB, so that you can do the select on your own and see what I'm seeing. Okay, You can execute on your SQL Server right now, and you can see the same data set that I'm seeing right now. Okay, you will see what? You will see an inventory table, you will see a order table. Now let us understand the perspective of what my intention is. Can you see I have only 6 books available, 6 video libraries available for the book called as Catcher in the Rye. This is a movie. I have 6 video CDs available in my store. Okay. On this very day, 3 people came to my store asking for the Catcher in the Rye. Can I make a sell? Can I get an answer? I have 6 Catcher in the Rye video CD. 3 people came asking for Catcher in the Rye video CD. Can I make a sell of the Catcher in the Rye? Can I get an answer? I have 6 Catcher in the Rye video CDs. I want to sell 3 out of them. Can I do it? Yes or no? Can I get a yes or no, please? Unmute yourself and try speaking about it. Because the understanding is more important than the syntax. Syntax is straightforward. Understand this particular concept and it will be very, very clear. Prashant is saying yes. Okay. So you have 6 books of Catcher in the Rye. 3 people coming to buy the CD so they can make a sell. Okay. Let's talk about Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind. Let's see, in my store, do I see Gone with the Wind as a book? I don't have a video log available called as Gone with the Wind. I'm highlighting line by line. This is what I am storing in my self, right? I don't have a Gone with the Wind video library, video CD. 4 people visited my store asking for the Gone with the Wind. Can I make a sell? I don't have something, but 4 people are coming and asking for that particular video library. Can I make a sell? Student, you have to unmute yourself and speak about it, or else you will not understand. Prashant, no, that's correct answer. Because you don't have the inventory, you cannot make a sell, right? Now, John Iyer, 5 people came and asked for the book. I don't have book in the shelf. Can you see John Iyer quantity is 0. I don't have book in the sorry, I don't have CD in the shelf for the Jane Iyer. Now Jane Iyer also 5 people came to my store, asked for the CD. Can I make a sell? Answer is no. Why? Because I don't have any CD to sell. Age of Innocence. 8 people came, asked for the CD. I'm not having the Age of the Innocence even in my inventory. Can you see Age of Innocence is not there in my inventory? That means it is a new movie that has come up and I'm not aware about it. People have known about it and they're coming asking for it. That essentially mean what? There are certain books for which I had inventory, it is gone out. Like Jane Eyre is the concept. I had an inventory, but quantities right now is 0. That means I already made a sell out of it. But people are still budgeting. I am not able to honor it. There are new quantities, new video log that people are looking out for, right? I am not having that particular line item inventory date. That means I have to go and procure some cities so that I can make a sell, right? There are certain element that I don't have stock and people are not asking for it. I'm highlighting these 2 lines, just look for it. The Great Gatsby is one of the video log. I don't have any inventory available. Can you see my quantity is 0? Great Gatsby quantity is 0. Great Gatsby, nobody is coming and asking for it. Can you see this is my order table? No one came to ask for it. What does it mean? Do remember, in electronic mart, as a part of your data engineering exercise, student, do remember why are you joining a company as a data engineer? Okay, you will enable 3 types of business. Okay, being a data engineer, being a SQL developer, being an if you are joining as a SQL developer, because you don't know what you will be placed on. You are doing SQL, you are doing data engineering, but how company will leverage you depending upon your skill, their requirement, right? Typically, when you do the data engineering course, you will be utilized as three situations. One, you will be placed as a SQL Server developer or a SQL developer, where your main intention would be to create a database, create table, create data warehouses, and manage the data within the data warehouses or database, and write business logic to read, write, and manipulate the data that is available within the database. Either that will be your objective. Secondary objective would be you may be placed as a data engineer doing the data engineering pipeline. Engineering pipeline means what? There is some data available in an XML file, there is some data available in a text file. You read the data, you write some custom code and translate the data and put the data into the data tables. That is what known as the data engineering pipeline. You will be working in the integration pipeline of the work. The third place that you may be placed in is doing data analytics. Okay, what does the data analytics mean? You may be placed into a domain where your role is to do analysis of the data. Analysis of the data means what? You will be given a database access. You may be asked to do some Power BI or Tableau kind of reporting exercise where they will ask you a lot of questions saying, tell me what are the books I must I you are put into an analytics role for this particular video library shop, and the questions will come out. Tell me which video library I must not invest into. Tell me which video library I definitely must invest into. Tell me which video libraries are good to have. Tell me how many cells I am making a day. Tell me what would be my revenue that I am estimating in this month. Tell me the total revenue projection for this year. Tell me, am I going to make a loss or profit? That is what a data analytics means. Okay. You may be put into the data analytics profile where you may be doing a lot of reporting. And the fourth category is known as the machine learning exercise. If you have machine learning and your company has some machine learning data scientists and people available in your ecosystem, you may be put into the machine learning analytics as well. If you have machine learning skill, then you may be also playing around the data, doing labeling, classification, and doing real machine learning exercise on the top of the data. So you are entitled for, after doing this particular course, you might end up in these four profiles: either a SQL developer, or a data engineer, or a data scientist, or a what do you say, data an analyst. Right now, do remember why did I talk about all these things? It has nothing to do with merge command, but the exercise that I'm showing you is a part of the data analytics. That is where I'm talking about. See, the Great Gatsby is a book that I had in my store. I was selling it, that's why it is there in my inventory, but now the quantity is zero. Tell me, shall I buy more Great Gatsby video CDs or not? Is the question that I want to have before placing an order. If I buy it and nobody else buys it from me, that means I will make a loss on this particular investment. Is that understanding correct? I will place an order of 1,000 Great Gatsby. People are not looking for it, right? Whatever order I will take, whatever order I will, or whatever number of CDs I will buy, it will just lie down in my shelf because people are not looking for it. It is an old movie, it is available in every platform, so people will not buy it. Is that understanding correct? So the data analyst role is a role where they make sense on the data. Okay, that is what the purpose that I wanted to say. Now, if you see these three data set, my ultimate goal is to understand what I want to intend to show you by using merge command. I want to do one thing. You tell me how many inventory of the book I must retain to make the sell happen. Okay, how many number of books for a books, I'm saying again, how many number of CDs I must maintain in my store to sell this movie CDs, right? That is what the intention that I want to have. What CD I should not maintain in my inventory anymore. The Great Gatsby is definitely one of the CD that I don't want to maintain. The reason being, I don't have it and people are not looking for it. That means any investment I will make on the Great Gatsby, it will make me loss. So I don't want to maintain that particular book. But definitely Catcher in the Rye is a selling topic because I have six and people are looking for it. That means essentially I have to maintain some extra CDs so that people are coming for it. So it is a hot cake, so it will sell like easily. Slaughterhouse 5, I have 4. People are not looking for it. Slaughterhouse 5 definitely is a book inventory that is definitely going to make me loss. Why? I have 4 available. Nobody is looking for it. Slaughter in the house, nobody is looking for it. It is a definite loss for me. Correct? Age of innocence, people are looking for 8. I don't have that CD available. That means what? Essentially, I must put it into inventory so that I can make a sale, and that gives me profit. Okay. After giving you explanation on the data, my intention is very straightforward. Intention is, tell me, my question is, tell me what book I must put into my inventory and what should be the quantity that I should maintain. Okay. The answer that I'm looking out for, I want to definitely maintain the quantity of the books that I have in the ecosystem. That means if Catcher in the Rye, I have 6 books and people are looking for 3 book more, then I want to maintain 9 total book, 6 plus 3. In that way, because I know it is a selling, so I will always put some extra book into my kitty. That extra book is number of order. That is what I want to maintain. How many book I want to maintain? I have 6 CDs at my store, and 3 new people asked for it. So I want to maintain 9. Okay. Pride and Prejudice, I had 3. People are not looking for it, so maintain only 3. So it is definitely going to make me loss. Great Gatsby, I had 0. People are not looking for it, so I will not put any inventory. John Eyre, I have 0. John Eyre, people are looking for 5, so I want to maintain 5 inventory inside my library. Catch 22, I had 0. Catch 22, nobody is looking out for. I want to move this particular book out of my inventory. Age of Innocence. Uh, so, yeah, Age of Innocence is a book. Age of Innocence is a CD that people are looking out for. Number of 8. I want to place an order of Age of Innocence 8. And Gone with the Wind is a book or a CD that people are looking out for, and I don't have it. So Gone with the Wind, I want to place an order inside my inventory table. How do I do it one go? I know I have to write a if else condition. I have to write update queries. I have to write insert query. If the data does not exist, you insert. If the data already exists, then you update. Right? I have to do that. How can I use my one go merge statement to complete that exercise? Let us see that. Okay. How do I do that? What I will do, small statement. What I want to do, watch out for this particular data. Okay. This is very critical piece. What I am doing, what did I say? Merge book inventory. This is my target table. This is my intention. This is my target. Inventory is my store. Okay. I am making the cell. I want to make a cell decision depending upon my order. People visiting the store asking for the book. My target is book inventory using my book order. Book order is the people who are asking for it. Okay. You merge into book inventory using book order as the data. You look for book order table and take a decision on the inventory table. Okay. Merge merge book inventory. That means whatever operation you want to do it on the inventory. Okay. Whatever operation you want to do on the book inventory. That is what the merge statement say. Who is my target? Merge into target table using a source table. Source table is book order. On, can you see both table has a matching record known as title ID? Can you see the Catcher in the Rye title ID is 1, Catcher in the Rye title ID 1, Pride and Prejudice 2. I don't have that matching record, but it is fine. The Great Gatsby is 3 here, and the Great Gatsby 3 is here. So the title ID is matching also. Okay. What I'm trying to say, this is my merge target table using source table on a matching condition. That is how I would remember the syntax. What I would say, merge target table using source table on a matching condition. Okay. After the matching condition is done, what I would say, when matched, when the records are matching, if I say wherever this particular on condition matches between book inventory and book order. Okay. This is book inventory. This is book order. Short name of the book inventory is BI. Book order is BO. I'm saying BI dot title ID equal to BO dot title ID. Okay. When matched, which record will match? Catcher in the Rye will definitely match. I could see 1, 3. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5 are definitely going to match. Okay. 1, 3, 5 are definitely matching. 1 is matching. 3 is matching. Great Gatsby is also there. And 5 is matching. Janayari is also there, right? What I'm trying to say, whenever it is matching, you update the book inventory quantity, with whatever quantity you have in the book inventory plus the book order quantity. That means if I have something available in the catcher in the rye 6 and I have catcher in the rye 3, it should make 6 plus 3 9. Okay, wherever the record matching, you do that particular quantity update and show me how does it work. Okay, let's see that. If I do this, does it work? 3 rows affected. 3 matching rows were there, 1, 3, 5. Now, if I see my book inventory, let's see what happened. Earlier, the book in the catcher in the rye was 6 number. Is that correct? Now it is 6 plus 3, 9. Is that correct? 3, Great Gatsby. There were no record, though it was available in the inventory and order table, but the matching record was 0 plus 0. So 0 plus 0 becomes 0, right? John Ayer was in the book inventory, it was 0, but people are looking for 5. So now it is 0 plus 5. Now John Ayer become 5. So I know how many record I must maintain to make a cell. Can you understand this particular piece? I will take a pause here, right? My intention of a merge command is to do a merge operation whenever the record between the tables are matching in one go. I want to merge the data set into the target table. So merge target table, give a short name, using source table, give a short name, on a matching condition. Merge into book inventory using book order on a very specific matching condition. Okay, if the matching condition done, then you will look for through two clauses. One, when matched, when not matched, when not matched by source. Always remember, when matched means when matched found in the target table. Okay, when matched, then you update in the, it is not like exact update statement. Do verify in the update statement. Typically you will write update table name set column name equals to value, but you are writing a very different type of update here. What you are saying, update, you are not mentioning the table name here. Why? Because you know your update will happen in the merge statement target table. You are saying merge target table name, so the update will affect the target table name here. Update written here will affect the target table name. Okay, update set bi dot quantity. Bi means my target table. Update set the bi dot quantity, this value is equal to book inventory dot quantity plus book order dot quantity. That is what the target will affect, right? This is how the merge syntax work. I want to take a pause. Let's understand whether it is clear up to this particular point. Students, please unmute, speak, or give an answer. Is it clear up to this particular point what the merge syntax is doing? Merge target table name using source table name on matching condition between the source and target table name. When matched, then you perform certain activity. Prashant saying yes. Uday Kiran saying yes. Mohammed saying yes. Okay. Now let's go back into the second part of this particular statement. Same merge. Now I see how the merge is matching. What about not matched? There can be a condition when the data is not matching. Okay, I can also do this. First, I will do another exercise also. Let's verify that. Okay, now let's do another exercise here. If you see here, what I'm trying to do, the same merge book inventory using the book order on the book inventory dot title id equal to book order dot title id. When I'm trying to say, see, I'm writing a condition here. What I'm trying to say, when matched, that means book inventories and book order are matching on the title id. When matched, and book inventories quantity plus book order quantity equal to 0. That means if in my inventory there is no book, people are not looking for that particular book. That means if I add these two quantities and the number is coming out as 0, what was that particular book where I, after adding the number, it was coming out as 0? Just look for this. The book is available in my store. The book name is Great Gatsby. I have quantity as 0. I have quantity of order as 0. Okay. Uh, okay. This is the only book that I found that if after adding the book between the order and inventory, if the total number is coming out as 0, I don't want to maintain that book inside my inventory list. That is what my intention is. What I'm trying to say, when matched, if the record is matching between both the table, record number 3 is matching between both the table, but I am writing an extra condition. If adding up the book quantity and the order quantity equal to 0, adding up the book quantity to the order quantity is becoming 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. Then you delete that record. Delete the record from where? Target table. Always the target table. Delete the record from the book inventory. That is what I want to do, right? Other thing I also want to do, if the same thing, when if match is found, you just add them up. So now it is 9, now it is 3, the addition will take place, and then it will become 12. Let's see, 3 rows affected. Let's see what happened. Can you see the Great Gatsby is gone from my inventory table? Great Gatsby is gone. Why? Because
Well,
now my this particular condition worked. Which condition worked? The book inventory quantity plus book order quantity equal to 0. Then I am saying you delete. Delete from where? Delete from the target table. Target table name is book inventory. So delete the record from the book inventory. When another matched, then you update. Update what? Book inventory quantity with the book inventory quantity equal to book order quantity, right? I can write multiple match condition. It is not like I have to say when matched once. I can write multiple match condition. When matched this particular thing, you do something. When matched this particular condition, then you do this particular condition, right? And I have another option of writing when not matched, right? If the there are new record people are looking out for and I don't have those movies inside my inventory, that means I must procure. Is that understanding correct? That means I can write another condition saying, if people are looking for a book but I don't have that on my shelf, right? In that particular case, can you please insert those record into my table? I'm doing the same exercise again. Merge book inventory using the book order on the matching condition, writing the same condition. When matched, book inventory quantity and book order quantity equal to 0, you delete. I have already done this exercise, so we have seen it. When matched, update the quantity, order quantity and inventory quantity, so that you can have a extra number of music DVDs on your library, so that you can actually sell it, right? But when not matched means what? I don't have that in inventory, but people are looking out for it. Please procure them so that you can make a sell. So what I'm saying, when not matched by target, okay, when not matched by target, then you insert into the target table. What value do you insert? Insert the value from the source table. What I'm trying to say, what is that particular video library that people are looking out for? Please insert that into my inventory block. Okay, let us execute this same exercise. 5 rows affected. Let's see what happened. Can you see catcher in the eye is going up because I am continuously adding it up? Okay, can you see now age of innocence also came into my library? Can you see that? Because already it was not there, but now I could insert this particular fresh record into my table. It was there in the order, but it was not there in the inventory. But now, because of this particular statement block, now I'm able to insert the order data into the inventory table. Okay. Now I will take a pause. Let us understand by far whatever you understood. Can somebody actually unmute and speak about it? What is the purpose of a merge command? We have studied about the merge command. What is the purpose of merge command actually? Guljar, you would like to unmute and speak, please? Guljar, would you like to unmute? Yeah,
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
yeah, I am able to.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of the merge command?
Um. Like we can easily merge two tables. Like we have in common like table ID,
So merge
using
is what
table
kind of
ID.
command? Merge is a what kind of command? Is it a
Merging two
DML
tables.
command?
Like,
No,
okay,
merge is
okay,
what kind
oh,
of
okay,
command?
yeah, yeah, DML command.
It's a
D-
DML command. The
yeah.
purpose of a merge command is to conditional compute and do effective action on a target table. What is the purpose of merge command? Do conditional computation. You are doing conditional
Mhm.
computation. Is that understanding correct? When this particular thing is matching, when matching, and you are doing book inventory plus book order quantity equal to 0,
Mhm.
then you do something. You are deleting the record, right? You want to do conditional compute and take action. Action mean delete. Take action mean insert, right? Conditional compute and take action on a specific table, then leverage the merge command. Okay. Merge is a special DML command that does not have the any kind of ability of its own. Like insert definitely inserts record into a table. It guarantees insertion of record into the table. Update guarantees modification of data in the table. Delete guarantees deletion of record from the table. Merge has no special ability. Merge is a DML command that does not have special ability. It does not have any ability other than allowing conditional compute to happen. Clear about this particular option now? Merge does not have any capability of its own. Even if you merge and you do not write delete, nothing will happen. If you merge, you do not do the update, nothing will happen. You merge without writing insert, nothing will happen. That means merge does not go alone. Merge definitely need a delete, update, or insert command to be performed alongside. Is that understanding correct? So merge is
Yes,
a
sir.
special command. It does not have any ability of its own. When would you like to do the merge command? When you want to look for some data from other table and take action on the target table. In those situations, use a merge command. I am trying to look for the data available in the book order and adjust my procurement into the inventory. In that particular case, I am targeting merge into the book inventory using the book order table. Then where the matching record is happening, you perform this action. When a matching record is happening, you perform this action. When no matching activity is happening, you perform this action. Clear about this particular syntax by far? Students, if you have not understood, please unmute and speak so that I can actually help you explain one more time. I have
Yeah, yes,
given
sir.
all the comments. Pradeep,
Yeah, I understand.
clear? Absolutely
Yeah,
clear?
clear. Yeah, clear.
Marge, do remember it is the interviewer favorite topic. Okay. The question would come, what is the capability of a merge syntax? Answer is, what is the capability of merge syntax, Pradeep?
Yeah, this thing is update all the data in source to target tables and delete them. Delete command.
Not really. I'm repeating again and again. Please, students, take a note. If you're not understanding, please write this particular statement one more time.
Yeah,
Write
okay.
it down. Okay. Please take a note.
Yeah,
Merge
basically,
command does not have any capability. Merge does not have any capability of its own. It allows conditional compute to happen. Can you write this particular statement, please?
yeah,
Merge
okay.
command does not have any capability of its own. It allows conditional compute. Conditional compute for what? You look for certain value from other table and take action on a target table. If you want to do this kind of operation, in those cases only use the merge command. You are looking for values from the book order. How many people are asking for this particular book? Shall I maintain the inventory inside my store? Am I going to buy some book that I will never be able to sell? If that happen, that I will make loss. Is that understanding correct? If I'm buying a book and I'm not able to sell it, I will make loss. I don't want to make loss. So I am trying to say, if I don't have any book and people are not looking for it, please delete it so that nobody else procure it, so that some loss will happen, right? If I don't have the book but people are looking for it, please buy the book so that you can sell it. Clear, Pradeep?
Yeah, clear.
Any other person having any doubt? Vijaya Krishna Thatai, how about you? Did you understand the perspective of the merge statement?
Understood it.
Absolutely clear.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Can you do delete operation within a merge statement? Vijaya Krishna. Vijaya, question. Can you
Yes, sir.
do a delete? Can you do delete on the source table? Can you delete on the source table using merge command?
Uh, you mean current one second.
Merge command allows you to do two things. Merge target table name using source table name. Can I use a merge command to delete record from book order?
I think I can do it in the target table. I don't think I can do it in the source table.
Okay. Any other person having any other view? You can always target whatever operation you want to do. You can target it on the target table. At the same point in time, you should not target both the tables. Okay. If you want to take action on the book order, by looking in book inventory, change the position. Book order goes first, book inventory come as the using table. Okay. Your your merge command predominantly targets the target table. Okay. Whenever you are saying when match, then update always happens on the book inventory. But if you want to do the target on the book order, that is allowed. It is not like you cannot do, you can do. But always best practices, you should always target the target table name using a merge command. Question is, can you target the order table, sorry, or the source table? Answer is yes, you can target. I am targeting my BI quantity equals to this. I could have said set BO quantity equal to BI quantity plus BO quantity. I could have done that
Which
also.
which means like we can have the target to be, like we are having a
Oh,
source and a target. We cannot handle both the things at the same time, but we
you
can
cannot
do
handle,
one
yes,
thing at one
either
time.
either of them at one time. Okay, you can action against one table at a time, either source or target, not both. Okay, fine. Any other people having doubts? Sandhya, did you understand? Because Sandhya, you didn't speak up. I don't understand whether you are getting it or not. Sandhya, would you like to unmute and speak, please? Did you understand this particular concept? It is the interviewer favorite. Do remember?
Sir,
Yeah,
Sandhya, are
yeah.
you
I
clear?
have a doubt.
Yeah,
Am I audible?
yeah, Mohammed. Tell me.
So, let's suppose if we have three tables and we have
Uh-huh.
to target two tables. Is that possible with
Uh-huh.
merge statement?
Typically, it is always two table.
Okay, sir.
It is always two table, not three table. If you have a situation where you have to deal with three table and look for the data, then I would
Yeah,
prefer merge first, uh, merge two tables and store the data in a temporary table of those two joint record set, and then use those joint table as a using table. If you have
okay.
three, say for example, you have a table one and table two. For an example, okay, you have table one, you have table 2, you have table 3. Okay, what I
Yeah,
would do, I know a mechanism called as view. I can leverage that. I can merge these two data set using the view, right? And then
yeah,
what I will do, I will say table 1, view 1. That is possible. Are you getting it?
yeah, yeah.
So you have to merge these two to make the view 1, and then use the table 1 and view 1. Or
Okay,
merge
sir.
these two tables to make a temp table, and then use the temp table. We'll study about the temp table today. So we will have more clarity about that particular concept.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, let us go back to the next topic. If the merge is, let me see if any other topic is remaining in the merge. The merge, I spoke about the merged by target. I have shown this. Yeah, I did not talk about this particular statement. Let me show you this particular statement also. To display this, I may have to freshly insert the record again into the table. This is the example, but then I have to truncate both the table. Truncate table book inventory, truncate table book order, Control R. Let's use single line comments. Control R, insert the record into the book inventory and book order. Control C, execute. Let's now execute the last syntax. Interesting part. Okay. You see, I'm doing everything the same. Only thing I'm doing is this extract clause I'm adding. I will explain what this particular extract clause, and you will more understand during the trigger exercise what this particular thing is. Incorrect syntax near BO. Oh, sorry. Can you see? I use a merge command. I am not doing a select. Can you see? I'm doing a merge command. I did not have a select query written by far, but a select syntax is coming out. Can you see that? See, I'm using a special keyword called as output here. And I'm outputting what? Deleted dot star. Okay. I'm outputting something called as action clause. And I'm outputting something called as inserted dot star. Do remember, the deleted and inserted are known as magic table in SQL Server. What table? Magic tables. Okay. What is magic table? Typically, if our data is being deleted from the table, then it will always be available within the internal table, Microsoft SQL Server internal table called as deleted. If a fresh row of data is being inserted into a table, it will always be available into a table known as inserted. Okay. What I'm saying, output the deleted, all the data that is getting deleted. Tell me the action you are going to take. Merge statement, what action you are going to take. There is a variable. This action, $action, is a system variable that tells you what it is supposed to do now. And inserted dot star is again, inserted is a magic table that stores the data that is being inserted into the table. So if you see here, output deleted the star, output inserted dot star. What it is saying, if you see here, it is saying the catcher in the rye, previous exercise was 6, it found a match, so it is making it 9. 6 plus 3, it is making it 9. Great Gatsby, here it was 0. I'm going to delete this action, and it deleted that particular row. It did that, right? I have a delete clause. If it is the book order and book inventory quantity, I want to delete, then I can delete that from that, right? So I deleted that particular table. Now, Gone with the Wind was not there in the inventory table. It is saying you insert this particular record. It is inserting the record. John Hire number was 0, and in the update, the book order, there were 5 requirements. So it updated the value. So it is saying update the value. Catch 22, I had 0 quantity and no order was there, so it deleted that catch 22. Age of Innocence was not there with me, but it was there in the order, so it added that particular record in the table. In case you want to see how the exercise is being done, you have a privilege of writing output clause. Output actually displays a select query saying what is the action that you are taking, deleted action and what inserted action, and $action is the action. This $action means this particular thing that you are seeing here: update, delete, insert, update, delete, right? This is the value, is a special operation that is available within the merge command that says what value are you deleting. Deleted will have all the value that will be deleted. Inserted will have all the value that will be inserted. And if it is an update statement, old value in the deleted, new value in the inserted. Say for an example, update, old value in the deleted and new value in the inserted. So if you see, old value was 6, new value is 9. Any other update? Old value at 0, new value is 5. That is what is the deleted and inserted table typically do. If you have understood, it is very good. If you have not understood, don't bother. You will understand much more in detail during the trigger exercise. Okay. Do remember, merge also support output clause and deleted and inserted dot star clause. Okay, just remember that these are magic table and they hold the deleted data and the freshly inserted new data. Clear? Merge command has no special ability than allowing conditional compute. We'll close over here. Okay, merge command. I'll save it once. DML session 16 merge. Okay. Now let's move to the next exercise for today. That is view. Now let's go back to sorry, we'll study the SQL Server function. Okay. Now in merge, do I have any question? I said about what is merge statement, syntax of merge statement, when matched we discussed, when not matched we discussed. Okay, these are the 4 type of question that might come up. What is the merge command? What ability merge has? A syntax of a merge command. What are the clauses supported? When matched condition means what? What when not matched condition means what? Okay. Now let's go to the SQL Server functions. By far we have understood, we have used a lot of SQL function, right? Upper, lower, average, max, mean, sum function, count function. We have used those functions, right? What if I want to write my own custom function? What if I have a need of a very special custom function for my own purpose? Can I write a custom function in SQL Server for myself? Okay. Do remember, whenever we have used any kind of function in SQL Server, do remember they take some input and they return some value. Is that understanding correct? We have seen these exercises. We have seen select upper and send a lowercase value. When I call the upper function and pass a lowercase value, it makes it to uppercase. Is that understanding correct? Do remember, I am calling an function upper using a select query. Is that understanding also correct? How to call a function using a select query? A function takes some value that is known as input or parameter. So it takes some parametric value. The value is this particular value. I'm saying apple. Apple is the value that it takes. Okay. And what it does, it returns a value also. When you call this particular function, it takes some value, it returns some value. Did you observe this particular function? I'm calling a upper function, system function. It takes some value, it is returning some value. What it is going to return depends upon that particular function that you are using. Uppercase will return uppercase value, lower function will return lowercase value, correct? So when you are looking at a function, the purpose of a function is function performs certain calculations or measures. Okay, it accepts certain parameter, it definitely return a value. That is what the nature of a function is. If you have to create function for your own purpose, then that particular function is known as a user defined function. All the function that is pre-shipped or preloaded with your SQL Server installation is known as system function. So upper, lower, all the other system function we have seen. Where do we see the function? You go into the programmability, you go into the functions, you go into the scalar valued functions, sorry, you go into the system function, you go into the string function. We have seen all the string function, right? You want to go into the mathematical function. Where is my system and mathematical function? I want to do the exponential, floor, logarithmic, pi power function, I want to do power of 2 to the power 2, right? All these are mathematical function. Any function that is preloaded, you didn't create it, it is by default created by you and pre-shipped alongside you, right? Whenever you did the install of the SQL Server, those functions are known as the system function. But in case you have a custom need to create a function to do certain mathematical calculation or certain specific calculation, then that particular function is known as the user defined function. What do you mean by user defined function? I am a user of the SQL Server, so what function I am defining is not going to be defined as user defined function. If a user is creating a function, it will be known as user defined function. Okay, before going into the function, let us do one small table creation to see some data being populated or not. Okay, let's see control R. What I will do, create control shift U, control shift U, control shift U, control shift U, and select star from control shift U. Okay, what I'm trying to do, I'm creating a particular table called as create table employee. Okay, I have created a table called an employee table, employee ID int, first name, last name, salary, and address. These are the specific column name that I have created. Control shift U, always use the keywords in uppercase, that is the nomenclature. You should not use anything other than the control shift U. Okay, all the keywords in uppercase. I have created a table. I want to tab it, highlight and tab them out. Okay, now I want to insert certain record into the table. Okay, just I'm inserting certain values into the table, insert into the employee ID, first name, salary, and address, right? This is what I am trying to insert into the table. Okay, let us insert this particular data into the table. 4 rows inserted. Now I am trying to create certain, see what data is available inside the table. So there are 4 records of data available inside my employee table. Employee ID 1 corresponds to Mohan Chauhan, employee ID 2 Ashif Khan, employee ID 3 Bhuvnesh Sakya, and employee ID 4 Deepak Kumar. Okay, these are the 4 employee salary that I have inserted into the table. Now my exercise that I want to complete is I want to know what a SQL Server function look like. What do you mean by SQL Server function? How do I create a SQL Server function? And what are the types of SQL Server function? That we are going to study today. Okay, we have studied about SQL system function. System functions are by default preloaded by the SQL Server. But if in case Uday want to create a function that accepts the first name and last name of employee and returns the data in a merged value, that means first name and last name separated between with a space between them. If I have to do those kind of exercise, how do I create a custom function? Okay, how to write a function? Do you remember the to create a function, the basic syntax is create function function name. What is the syntax? How to create a table? Create table table name. How to create a function? Create function function name. The function starts with fn as a signature. Why? That is the nomenclature used across the industry. Either people use fn or func. Either it is okay to say fn get employee name, or it is also okay to say a function name called func, func or fn. Okay, both nomenclature for the function names are accepted in programming world. Okay, what I'm trying to create a function, I want to create a function that accepts 2 input parameter as in uppercase and taking apple as an parameter. I want to create 2 parameter into the function. First name, a string type of data it will take. Last name, a string type of data it will take, and it returns a merged data set. So 50 plus 50, I'm trying to merge 100, and I want to insert a space between these 2 character, and returns a string value as begin end. I know what is the begin end block. During writing if else condition, we have used the begin end scope. Begin and define a scope of a code. So for this particular create function, the begin and end are the scope of the function. Okay, and within the function I'm saying return whatever first name you have received, append a space between that, and append last name to that, and return that particular value. I want to create a custom function. I want to create a function like this. Okay, create a function function get employee full name, accept first name and last name as parameter. It returns a string type of data as begin and end within the begin and block or return statement returning a value. Do not bother about what it is doing. We'll explain every part of it. Okay, just as an example, we'll create it. Okay, we have created a function. Let us see, can I use this particular function that I have recently created? I will say go. I will call this particular newly created function as how to call a function. Select dbo dot. I will talk about why dbo dot. Select dbo dot function name and then parameter. Parameter I want to say Rahul Dravid. Rahul is the first name because first name is one of the parameter that it is expecting, and second parameter is Dravid. And it is string type of data. Both I am passing string type of data. Okay, I'm calling a function Rahul and Dravid. Let's see what it returns. So if I pass Rahul and Dravid, it is returning me both the data merged together with a space in between them. Is that the function that I have written that is doing? I have written a custom function that it will pass accept two parameter, first name and last name, and it will merge both the parameter by placing a space in between them. That is what the purpose of the custom function. Like I have done my uppercase, lowercase, I have a custom need that if I pass two parameter to this particular function that I have created, it will merge the data set and it will return a unified value. That is what my purpose of the function. Okay. Do remember function is a SQL Server object. It is a SQL Server database object that may or may not accept parameter. Do remember in a function what is the parameter. If you see, this is known as the parameter block. Create function, function name. After that, there is an open bracket and there is a close bracket. Within that, whatever you are writing as a variable and a value is known as a parameter. A SQL Server function may or may not accept parameter, but it will definitely return a value. That is a necessity of a function, or that is a behavior of a function, or a definition of a function. SQL Server function is a database object. Please note, SQL Server function is a database object that may or may not accept parameter, but definitely returns a value. Depending upon what type of value it returns, either they are called as a scalar valued function or a table valued function. SQL Server functions are database object that may or may not accept parameter, but it definitely returns value. If the SQL function returns singular values, those are known as scalar functions. If the function returns result set, then it is known as a table valued function. Okay. Two types of function: scalar valued function, table valued function. Function definitely return a value, that is for sure. It may or may not accept parameter. So let us see different type of exercises that will give us some more clarity. Okay. So we'll see form 1. Let's see what is form 1. I am trying to create form 1 scalar valued function, no parameter. Scalar valued function, no parameter, with no parameter. Okay. What I would do, I will say that I will say whenever I will call a function, it will give me you call a function, it will always tell you the value is apple. Okay. I want to create a function. How do I create a function? I will say, I also wanted to show you some other signatures and definition also about a function. Do remember, I'm doing something. I will explain what I'm trying to do later. I'm doing this particular format writing. Do remember, it is a best practice used across industry. Okay. Function. I'm giving some function definition. I will say function fn or func fn get static value. Get static value. Control R. Get static value function. Developer purpose, I will say purpose. Purpose returns a static value, returns a static value. I will say developer. Developer is Rahul Dravid. And then I will say Rahul Dravid, and then I will say example. Okay, example is select dbo dot this particular function, and function always comes with a signature of open bracket and close bracket, and then I will put a hyphen. I'm just doing multi-line statement. Do observe this particular thing. These are the multi-line comment statement. I put some multi-line comment statement, and then I will end the multi-line comment statement. Then I will start the create function. I will say create function name. Function name is this one. Create function name. I will not pass any parameter. I said it may or may not accept parameter, but it definitely returns a value. I will say returns 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 value is varchar value. It will return. It will return varchar 50 size data. So I will say returns varchar 50 as begin and end. I will do that. What I will say, create function name returns a varchar type of data as begin and end. And within the begin end, what I will do, I will write my logic. Here I will write my logic. Okay. The basic syntax of this is the basic syntax of a function. I need to append that. I did not put it actually. Duplicate the slide. This is the syntax. Okay. Basic syntax, and here you will say write your logic. Write your logic, and what is important here, write a return statement. Return return a value, return something you will have to write. Okay, this is the basic syntax of a function. Now up to this point, I was able to write a structure where I'm saying some comment line. I did some comment line writing. I said create function name returns. I'm saying one extra keyword s, returns. What type of value you are supposed to return? A string type of value of size 50 it is supposed to return. As is a keyword, begin and end is the scope. So what I'm going to do, I will say you return apple, select return apple. What is important within a function? Return keyword is important within a function. You have to write a return clause. Okay, return, the keyword is return what? Return apple. Whenever you call the function, it will do return apple. Okay, I'm highlighting the code, executing the function. Created the function, create function name. The function get created, command completed successfully. Now how do I call the function? I will call this function saying select dbo function name, execute. It always return me apple. Can you see? N number of time I call the function, it returns me apple. Just a second please. Sorry about that, I got a call, that is some disruption. Sorry about that. Okay, so I created a function. Now let's see where the function got created. When the table get created, I know under the table I can see them. When a function get created, where does the function exist? I know whenever I am going to create a function or a procedure. Do remember student, whenever you are creating functions or procedure, you will be able to find them out under the programmability node. You go to the database where you are creating, go to the programmability node, go to the functions, and within the function, do remember how many value it return? Singular value it return. Is that understanding correct? If a function return a singular value, that is known as a scalar function. So where can I find this particular function? I'm supposed to return a singular type of data. I'm returning a string varchar 50, single value, string value I'm returning. So what type of function it is? It is a scalar valued function. So I will go to the scalar valued function here. I will go and expand the scalar valued function. Can you see the function that I created? Function gets static value here. Function gets static value created here. The previous function that I created, get employee full name, is also created here. How do you know where it is created? If the function returns a singular value, it is known as a scalar valued function, right? And how can you find the scalar valued function? Within the database, within the programmability, within the function node, depending upon the return type, depending upon the return type, you can find out whether it is a scalar valued function or what any other type of function. Okay. Now I could create a function and I can see the function. In case I want to modify the function, how do I modify? I can right click on it. I will say script function as create to, alter to, or anything, or I can directly say modify. If I say modify, do you remember how do you modify a table? How do you change the structure of a table? We have alter command. So what do you need to do? If you do modify, automatically a script will be generated with alter command. Okay. So I would take out this particular thing because it is a by default script process. Whenever you generate, the script will come out. Can you see the command that I wrote on the top of that while compiling? I compiled. So it is a part of the function. Do you remember the comment line I wrote there? Function, function name, purpose, purpose, developer who created, example of the function, and the total script of the function. While I created, it was create, but now I am trying to modify. Modify means alter, right? Alter table, table name, add column, column name. Same wise, I want to modify the structure of a function, so I would say alter function, function name, and whatever change I want to introduce. Instead of returning apple, I want to say orange, and compile, execute. Now if I call the function, it will not return apple, it will return orange. Can you see it is returning orange now? Okay, this is what a specific this is what a function is, right? Typical structure of a function is: to create a function, I will create function. To modify the structure of the function, I will say alter function. Okay, alter object, object name, right? Alter object type is function, and the name of the object is function, whatever the function name, right? Now I want to delete this particular function. How do I delete the function? I know there is a command available in SQL Server to drop any object. What do we say? Drop object, object name. Drop object type. Object type is drop. Object type is function. Drop function, function name. Done. If I drop the function, what will happen? The function within the scalar valued function is gone. Can you see the function get static value is dropped now, right? So three operation you have to do. One, create function. Second, alter function. In case you have to alter the structure, let me do that. I believe alter, did I do? I am always showing create. Yeah. This is the alter syntax. This will be modify function, modify the function. Then how do I drop a function, duplicate the slide? Sorry about that. I should actually created it, but then I will create it dynamically for you. Control C, Alt Tab, Control A, Control V, drop function. So drop a function. Okay. Where can I see the function? Sorry about that. Where can I see the function? I can see the function here. So also do remember, student, there is another way to find out the function definition. Select star from information schema. It is a metadata view. I have spoken about it. Information schema dot routines. Any SQL Server function or procedure that is created within a database is available within information schema dot routines. This is a system view. It is known as system view, where all the function and stored procedure available within your database will be listed. So if I do this, I can find out what are procedure or function available within my SQL Server. You can see that function get employee name, employee full name is a function that is created within your database that is available. What is the script for it? There will be something called as routine definition. This is the code of the function that we created using our syntax. That routine definition column contain the code of the particular definition also, right? So use this particular method to find out the functions available. Find the functions available within function metadata. Function metadatas. Okay. So in case you want to find where the function is available, then you can look for information schema.routine to figure it out. Okay. Now I will go back to the function one more time. Here we created this particular static function. I want to create, I did drop it, so I can always use the create statement again to create it back, right? So I will say create function name and form1 execute. Created, go to the scalar valued function, refresh it, you will see the function available over here. How do I call the function? Select the function name dbo.execute. I can call this particular function and I can see the value. Okay. Let's take a pause. Let's see how students are perceiving. Venkata. Venkata is saying type in the return. It is compulsory to write the data type in the return. Data type is definitely mandatory, but size is not mandatory. If your question is it important to return the data type in the structure? There are two things. Either you can write the data type or you can directly write your query at that point in time so that SQL Server understand. Just not to complicate the answer. Answer is either inherently SQL Server identify what data type it is, okay, or you have to return the data type like I have mentioned here, data type, but the size part is optional. I may or may not use the size part. Okay, let us verify that. Whatever I'm saying, let us verify that particular piece. I will create another function. Okay, let's go ahead and create another function. I will say get function static value 1. Get function static value 1, static value 1. Okay, now I will not specify the size. Let's try and create without anything. I will say returns. Okay, you are saying whether the data type is mandatory or not. I'm using the same syntax. Okay, your question and I am trying to get an answer. It is saying incorrect syntax near keyword. As why? Because after returns I am not specifying any data type. That is where it is throwing error. Are you getting that, Venkata? Whether is it mandatory to return the data type? Answer is yes. It is mandatory to show the data type. Okay, I have, sorry, control Z. It is mandatory to return the data type. Whether the size is important, size is optional. Okay, let us identify whether size is optional or not. I will highlight this particular code. This is form 2. So I will say form 2. Form 2. Sorry. Just a second, please. Okay. I'm hiding the screen, returning this particular value. This is the form 2. Okay. And I'm saying there is no sizing. Okay, let's go ahead and create a function called as form2 execute. Function created. See, I did not specify a value, but still it is created. But the interesting part you would see when I call it, the function name is function get static value. I'm trying to return apple, but let's see whether it is returning apple or it is returning a. Can you see that interesting part? I'm trying to return an apple, but it is returning a. Why? Because I did not mention the size. So by default, if you do not mention a size of the data type, it will only return one character. Do you remember this is a typical behavior or a bug that you may see during writing the code, and you will never able to understand what is happening because you did not specify the size of the character. If you do not specify the return type of the data type, return type is varchar, and you are not specifying a size, by default it will return only one character. It is an interview question, do remember. If you do not specify the size of a varchar, it always return only single character of the string. Even if you are supposed to return apple, it is only returning the first character string of this particular character letter. Okay, clear about your question, Venkata? Whether it is mandatory or not, answer is it is mandatory, but data type sizing is not mandatory. If you do not specify, it will return only single character. Clear about that, Venkata? Okay, let's move to the second structure. Let's go do some more complicated problem. Okay, let's create another function. Now form 3, I will create a function that will take parameter. Okay, function with that will a scalar valued function with parameter. Let's go and do with parameter. What I will do, I will say function get employee detail. I will create a new function called as function get employee details. Okay, it returns employee first name plus space plus last name, and the function name is this. So I will do the function name as this. The function name is this. So I will do this, and it accepts parameter. What parameter it takes? What parameter it takes? I would write my parameter now. I will say parameter. What two type of parameter it will take? What it will take? One is the first name. I will say first parameter is first name. First name and varchar 50. Second name or last name, sorry, last name, and I will say varchar 50, and then what value it returns? It will merge both the data types, so 50 plus 50, 100 plus a space 101. So I will say 101 will be the total return size as return. Interesting part, as written, and I will do something. But rather than I know writing script now, so why not I do something interesting? I will declare a variable. I will declare a variable called as the result. I will declare a variable result. What type of result it will return? Because my expectation is varchar 100, I will return a varchar 100 type of data. So I am declaring a result variable that will return 101 character. I will set the value of result equals, or I will do this. I can do this also. I will say select result equals to, interesting part, from clause, from, what is my table that I created? Employee table. From employee table, where, from employee table, where why not I why don't I only pass the ID as a parameter and return me the value? That will be the interesting piece, right? I want to pass ID, employee ID, okay, where employee ID, where employee ID equals to the parameter ID. Okay, what you try to do, you declare a variable, select the variable's value. You select what you want to select from the employee table. What is the structure of the employee table? First name and last name. These are the two columns. So I will get the first name and last name, append them both. I will say first name plus single quote space single quote plus last name. Okay, you get these two value, merge them together with a space, and all the value will be stored within the variable called as the result. Okay, this is another way of setting the value of the select variable. Either you can say, there are two ways to do it. Look for the both the examples. Okay, I will show you both the example, that way you are clear. You have seen the setting the variable value is always done with a set operator. You can say set result equal to, set result equal to this entire query. You can say this entire query, You have seen this form. We have seen this particular form. So you will just select the value. You will select the value. Okay. You have seen this particular form already. So either you do this or the above. Either both are same. Set the variable value equals to some computation. Set variable value equal to 10. Instead of writing 10, I am saying select first name and last name from employee table, where employee ID equal to the parameter that somebody is trying to pass, where employee ID equal to 1, where employee ID equal to 2, where employee ID equal to 3. Whatever value comes up, merge the first name and last name with the space in between, set the value of the variable. So either you do this or you do this, both are same operation. You can directly say set at the rate result equal to first name and last name. Either way, both the syntaxes work. Okay, so I will just comment it out. So I declared a variable, I computed the result. So I am 100% sure within the function return keyword is very important. So within the return, I will return the value, return result. Clear? So I will go ahead, compile the code. Form 3, execute. My compilation of code is done. Now interesting piece is I want to do some random testing. Okay, what I would do, I have created a function. Function will always be available inside the scalar function. If it is a singular value, get employee detail function is available. Okay, I want to test the value. So how do I test it? Control C. If you see here, I will go and write the function look like this, right? Control X. I will do go. I will say select function name. It accepts a parameter. I will pass employee ID as 1. Let's see what happens. Employee ID 1, Mohan Chauhan. Employee ID once, both the data came up. Employee ID 2, employee ID 2. Let's see what is the value coming up. Asif Khan came out, right? Depending upon your employee ID, your values are coming out. Why? Because, and another piece, I can do also this select from, my table name is what? My table name is employee table. Okay. Can I call the function directly like I was able to do the uppercase function? Select star from employee instead of function. Can I say this? Can I say this? I will pass the ID emp ID column to this particular function. Emp ID. It is the column name. Employee ID is the column name. I'm passing. You get all the employee data from the column, and I will pass the employee ID, and you show me the name of the employee. I want to do this. I'm passing. Tell me the employee ID and their name, because I know if I call this function, it will give me the name. Okay, let's see. Can you see employee ID 1, Mohan Chauhan, employee ID 2, Asif Khan, employee ID 3, Bhuvnesh, employee ID 4, Deepak Kumar. Can you see this particular structure? Is it clear now how to leverage a function? Either you call this, you will get it, or you call this function with the entire table, you will get it. Both way, the syntax work. Any questions by far, students? Are you clear about the syntax? How to create it? Simple syntax. Create function, function name, bracket, parameter, and whatever you want to do within the function, you can do it. Any question? Guljar, Kalyan, Pradeep, Vijay Krishna. Anybody want to have any other question you have? Please open up and unmute and speak. Vijay, you have any question? Okay, fine. So let me copy this syntax back onto the screen. Okay, mute yourself, Vijay, if you are not speaking. Okay, so I have given this example also. So it is all about parameterizing function with parameters. Okay, now let us go back and do another form of function. Okay, here we could pass the parameter and we saw this. Now we will do one more exercise. I would say, what about, this is a scalar function, right? I could return a singular value. Can I not return another type of function? Let me show you another structure also. Okay, we'll talk about that. First, we'll see the form 4. Form 4. Form 4 will be table valued function. Table valued function with parameter. Okay. Say for an example, I want to do function get employee details returns employee details. Returns employee details. These are comment line just for the understanding sake. Whenever somebody opens up the procedure or function, they can read it out. Why the function was created, who created it, what was the purpose of the function. I'm creating the same function name again. Okay, do verify. I wanted to show you one interview question. That is where I'm creating it. Do you remember I have a scalar function available called as function get employee details. Can you see that? We just created this particular function get employee detail. Function get employee detail is a scalar function. You pass an employee ID, it will return you the employee structure. If I recompile the code, it will throw error. Is that understanding correct? Because it is already there and you are trying to recreate it. Function, there is already object name called this in the database. Because it is already there, you are trying to recreate the same function with the same name. It will not allow you to do it. But I'm trying to create the function with the same name but with a different type of data. Let's see whether it is allowed or not. I'm trying to create a table valued function now. Returns employee details from employee table. From employee table. That is what my purpose is. Okay. And I will say select star from now. Instead of doing this, I will say select star from this function. Control Shift U. Okay. And then the same function name I will create function. This returns, I will say returns table. I will say returns table. And then I would say returns table. And then I would say delete this clause, delete this particular clause, and then I will say delete all these clauses. I will say control X. Within the function return clause is the mandatory clause. So I will say return. Instead of doing this, I will say return whatever the select query is returning. Okay, what I'm saying, it returns a table. I'm creating a function called as get employee detail. It accepts ID integer as a parameter. It returns a table. It returns a table. It will not work. Okay, do remember, either you return the entire table straight away. We'll create one form and the other form. We'll see both the structure first. Let's do this. We should do this. Okay, I have that table as should have taken actually returns table, and begin end is not needed, so you have to take out this particular form as this is not needed. This is a one way of creating a function. Create function, function name, id, returns table, and return whatever this select query returns. Let's create it. Form 4. See, it is not allowing you to create a function with the same name. Even if your return type changes, your return type is, I do remember, if you are coming from a programming background, C, C++, C doesn't allow anyways, C++, Java, Python, there is a concept known as function overloading. What does the function overloading do? You can have same function with multiple parameter changes or data type changes. In SQL Server, it doesn't allow you. If you have a function already available, with the same name, you cannot leverage the same name for any other type of object. Okay. First thing, we are very clear about that. It is not allowing us to create that. Okay. Because it is always able to identify there exists a function with the same name. Okay, you cannot do it. So there is no concept of function overloading here. Second thing, if I cannot do it, can I change the name from function details to detail? Maybe it will work. It should work. Let's see. Because this particular function does not exist, I want to return employee ID based command completed successfully. So I was able to create a function with function that takes ID as an input, and I'm expecting when I call it, it will return me all the data from the table. Let me see that. ID will be 1. So if I say select star from the function, can you see it is returning me the data row from the table, and where the employee ID is 1. Some use case. Go. Some examples are control V, control V. Can you see this? Why it is known as a table valued function, you know? It is returning a tabular grid. Scalar valued function return only one row, one column. One row, one column is a scalar valued function. But if you see one row, multiple columns, then it is a table valued function. Multi-row, multi-column, it is also a table valued function, because one cell value in a scalar function, always you will see one cell. One cell means one row, one column. Any function that returns more than one cell or one row, one column, that is known as a table valued function. In this particular case, you are seeing one row, 4 column or 5 columns getting result coming out of the function, right? So it is known as a table valued function. If it is a table valued function, will it be available within the scalar valued function? Absolutely not. Where it will be available? It will be available within the table valued function. Okay, if you go into the table valued function, you will see a function called function get employee detail is created. Whatever structure we have used to create the function, it will be created over there. Okay, just a minute. Okay, fine. Now
So is this the reason behind that?
go ahead, go ahead. Go
My
ahead,
question
Vijay.
is like employee detail is not getting created. It is actually getting created separately. One in table valued function and another in scalar valued function.
It is not. If you see, it is detail, it is details. There is an extra s in scalar valued
Okay.
function, right? I told you that function overloading is not available in SQL Server. So there cannot be two functions with the same name.
Even though they are in different areas, they cannot have
Yes,
in this.
yes. There is no concept of function overloading. So you cannot have two functions with the same name.
Okay.
Clear about that? That is where I
Yes.
wanted to call out.
Clear.
Even if you think that it is a scalar valued function and there is a table valued function, that is the tricky question during the SQL interview. If you are going for a data engineering specific interview forum, people will ask this question: can you create two SQL Server function with the same name? You might get confused because you have done Python exercise. You might think that Python function overloading is possible. In SQL also it is possible. Absolutely not. No two function will have same name. Clear about that? Okay. Now coming back to this particular exercise, what I am trying to do, I am, instead of returning a singular value, I tried returning a table, right? Returns table and as. Just see this particular syntax. Earlier I was writing as begin end, but in this particular syntax, I am not writing a begin end block. Instead, I am saying returns table as the entire return. What is the return value I am expecting? Return select star from employee ID where the employee ID equal to parameter. Whatever parameter you will pass. If you pass employee ID 1, I will compute, I will show you. If you pass 2, I will compute, I will show you. If you pass 20, I will compute and show you. If it is there, you will see it. If it is not there, it will not. Correct? Now it is a table valued function. Do you remember what type of function it is creating? It is returning a table type of result. Because it is returning a table type of data, I can see the data from a table also, right? So how to fetch the data from a table? Select star from table name. Is that understanding correct? So I'm using select star from the function name signature. By far, for calling scalar valued function, I was calling it at the column label, or I was just calling it like this. But for calling a table valued function, you have to use this particular function signature. What you would say? Select star from the function name. So this is an example of a table valued function. A table valued function returns more than one cell, one row. Okay, that is what a table valued function will return. Okay, this is a table valued function. Control A, table valued function. Okay, this is how you will declare a table valued function. But then there is another form, last form. You can define another table valued function in another different approach also. So we'll go by that. Control C, we'll do the form 5. Go form 5. Table valued function with parameter, but the structure will change. The structure changes like this. The structure will change like, you have to say, if you want to say what you want to return, you can do that also. Okay, and it is already there, so I no need to create it. It is, I will say, okay, I will first show this, then I will talk about this, not to confuse. We have done this, so I will take it out. This is the form 5. I will show about the form 5. I will say get employee detail 2. I will give a name called as 2. Bad naming, but for the example sake, I'm giving a name 2. Okay. What I'm saying, instead of saying returns table, I will actually say begin and end, and I will say returns. What type of table? I will say @emp or definitive table I will create, and I will say what structure it will return. It will return ID, int, first name, varchar 50, last name, varchar 50. Okay, I will say the definitive structure of this particular employee table, and then I will say this return cmp table as table, create function employee to id int returns emp table, and this is the structure with table. I have to say table keyword here, and then the table definition. That's correct. Return variable value, and it is the employee, the table type of data. So I will say table type of data, and the structure of the table is this. Okay, as begin, and then I will say return. Instead of return, I will say insert into emp, select emp id, first name, last name from employee table, where from employee where employee id equals to employee id, and I don't need to write a bracket, and begin and end. My scope ends. What I'm saying, see this structure. It is an interesting structure. Create a function name. You accept one parameter. You are returning a employee type of data, which is a table type of data. Because it is table means it has a structure associated. So I'm saying this particular variable, it is a variable. Look at this particular data very importantly. It is a variable I'm trying to return, emp, returns emp as a table type data. ID, fn, and ln are the column. And this is the part of the function definition. Create function name, accept parameter, return value. Over. Up to this point is over. Then I'm doing the begin and end. Within that, I'm writing my logic. Inside the logic, I'm saying this is the variable that I'm trying to return. I'm saying insert into this particular variable, select all the employee ID, first name and last name, because ID, first name and last name that it can hold. So I'm returning employee ID, first name and last name from employee table, where employee ID equal to ID that is passed as the parameter. ID is the parameter. Okay, employee ID is the parameter, and begin and end. If I create this particular function, let's see what happens. This is the form 5. The last statement included within a function must be return statement. Did I not write a return? Yes, I must say return. Even if you are not returning anything, you have to say return. I definitely missed that. So it is throwing error. So you have to say return. And then I will highlight the code and then go ahead and create the function. Function form 5, execute. Done. My function is created. So I will call the function details2. Let's see if I call this function, I will see the employee ID, first name and last name. See the column name FNLN. Why? My employee ID variable that I'm declaring here, I have given the name as ID, FN and LN. ID, FN and LN. And employee ID 1 is this. Okay. If I do not pass any value, will it actually return the entire table? Let's see what happens. If nothing, I will pass. If I will pass absolutely nothing, will it do something? It said that insufficient number of argument pass. That means you have to pass value. Okay, pass value. Do remember, I did not show about the default making a default parameter. Okay, see, I have made sure that there is a parameter coming to my ID column. Is that correct? You have to pass it. I'm saying you have to pass it. Even if you have to say 0, you pass, but you have to pass it. If that matches, I will get you the data. It doesn't match, I will not give you the data. But is there a way I can make it default? I can always make it default by saying equals to 0. What I will say, @ID int equal to 0. That means what? If you pass the value, I will assign the value and then compute. If you don't pass, I will assume the value is 0 and compute. Okay. And how do I change the function? Alter function name, alter, highlight the code and execute. And then I will call the function. Now let's see. Earlier it was throwing error if I don't pass anything. But now this will not throw error. Why did it not? Is it employee detail 2? It should work. Insufficient number of argument. Did I not compile it? I did. 22. It is SQL version is 22. Let's verify. Select @ version. Which version of SQL Server I'm using? So it is a 2019 SQL I am connected to, not the 2022. Okay. In SQL 2019, it is not allowing you actually. In 2022, it is allowing. So I have made it default, but you have to pass parameter. You cannot skip it. You have to pass the number parameter. In 2019 version, up to 2019 version, you have to pass the parameter. The computation will happen with a default value of 0. If you say this as a default value, that means you are saying if I don't pass anything, you assume at 0 and compute, but you have to pass a value. That is for sure. You cannot skip this particular parameter. You have to. Okay. So this is another way of creating the same function, but do remember this particular function is known as inline table valued function. What is this particular way of creating the function? The previous way, when I am saying returns table, but I was not giving a table definition, that was known as inline. Why? Because if you see, if the begin end scope is not there and it is coming and getting created within a single line. Returns table, return the select query. That is where if the function returns a table without any parameter structure or a table structure and you are using return query to return the data, then it is known as a inline table valued function. Okay. And if you are creating your own statement to create the function, then it is known as multi-line table valued function. You are creating a table structure here, right? Employee table, and you are inserting data into that particular table by doing some computation, and you are using the return keyword to return. In that particular case, it is known as the multi-line table valued function. I will write the formula as multi-line table valued function, multi-line table valued function, This is known as inline table valued function. Inline table valued function. So what did we study today? Scalar function, a function that only returns only singular value, one row, one column, is a scalar function. Another type of function returns table type of data, that means multiple rows, multiple columns, right? That is a table valued function. If my way of writing the query, the table valued function, without a table signature, it returns table, and I am without defining the table structure, I am using the return query to return the data, it is known as the inline table valued function. But if I am creating a function where I am saying returns a specific table structure, I'm saying return me a specific table structure, and I'm trying to create that table structure by inserting the row into the table, insert into the table structure, the temporary table, and do this particular select query, then it is known as the multi-line table valued function. So that is what is the definition of a SQL Server function. Okay. These are known as function, user defined function, user defined functions. Okay. Now, as an exercise, we'll do one more exercise. I wanted to call out some of the do's and don't. Okay, what you can do within the function, what you cannot do within the function. You have to remember this. These are the interview question also. Okay. Scalar function returns single value, that we have already seen. Function may or may not accept parameter, that we have seen. You may or may not provide any input, but it will return a value. Apple keyword. This particular example, it did not take any parameter here, right? But it returned a value. Returning a value is a must from within a SQL Server function. If you are returning a single value, then it is a scalar valued function. If you are returning multiple values, it is a table valued function. Now, the thing to remember, that is another tricky part, is this is an interview question. You cannot perform DML or DDL inside the function. Okay, do remember, now within this example I showed you, did a insert. Now you are saying you cannot do DDL and DML inside the function. Answer, do remember, you can do insert, update, delete on a temporary table or a table variable, but not on the actual table. If you want to write insert into employee table some values within a function, you cannot do it. It is absolutely prohibited to do DML operation on a function. It is an interview question. Please take a note. You cannot do direct DML operation on a function. Okay, you cannot do direct DML operation on a function, that to insert in a table, right? But you can do insert into a table variable, or a you can do insert into a table variable. This particular structure is known as a table variable. You will study about the table variable in the tomorrow's class, but do remember, you cannot do direct insert into the physical table. Say for an example, I want to do a insert into pet table or pet owner table. If you try to do that, it will throw error. Okay, it is absolute no to create insert into the physical table from within a function. That is a rule, and it is an interview question. If interviewer asks, can you write DML queries within a function? Answer is yes, I can write, but only on the table variable, not on the physical table. That is the answer. Okay, I cannot do DML inside the function to the physical table, but in case you want to write an insert, update, delete, you can do it on the table variable. How many times you can call a function within a function? Up to 32 label you can call a function within the function. That is a restriction applied within the SQL Server. Okay, do remember, a function to function call can go up to 32 times. When it hits 33, it will throw error. That is again an interview question. How much label of recursion is available within SQL Server? Is 32 label. It is an interview question. That is where I'm writing it down. How many times you can call a function within function? One function within that function, again one function within another function. We can do that, right? But up to how many times? Up to 32 label you can go down, and after that it will throw error. How many input parameter a SQL Server function can take? 1023 is the number of parameter of SQL Server function can take. Okay. Try catch block is not allowed within a function. We'll study about the try catch tomorrow within the exception handling and the table variable, and then you will understand. I will again come back to the function again to define. why you cannot write a try catch block within the function. Do you remember try catch actually generates interrupts, and because the try catch generate interrupts, SQL Server function does not allow any interrupt to be generated, and its only purpose is to return value. That is why you cannot write a try catch statement in the SQL Server function. So do remember this 5-hour interview question. A function that returns a single value is a scalar valued function. Function may or may not accept input parameter. Do remember interviewer might ask whether function need to accept input parameter. Answer is may or may not. It depends upon your logic. It is not hard and fast rule. Can you perform DML operation on the function? Answer is absolutely no, not on the physical table. But if you write insert update delete query on a table variable, it is allowed. Up to how many recursion label a function can call a function within function? Up to 32 label, 1032 parameter it can call, and you cannot write try catch block within the function. These are the interview question also. Okay. And we have covered the remaining all the other topic. Sorry, just a second. Yeah. So students, are you you do have any other question? We can wind up the session now. If you have any question, please feel free to open. I will share all these examples. I will give you some question today for the function and merge statement. You can try attempt them. Any questions, student? Feel free to ask. Bhargavi, you have any question? Bhargavi, would you like to unmute and ask any question?
No, sir.
Are you clear about the function concept?
Yes, sir.
Are you absolutely clear, or it is for the sake of saying you are clear, right? A function is supposed
Yes,
to
sir.
return a value, and how to create a function, how to alter a function, how to drop a function. Okay. Guljar, would you like to unmute and speak, please? Guljar? Okay, no worries. Harish? Are you able to understand, Harish?
Yeah, it is clear.
Is it clear? Absolutely clear?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of a merge command?
Hello.
What is the purpose of a merge command? Harish?
Merge command, you are saying that?
Yeah.
Merge command is to merge like uh, two tables like that.
Harish, were you attentive during the session?
Yeah,
Merge command used to merge two table?
like two like two like single transactions without writing separate logic. Like
Harish, I would say this, and this is what is happening. I'm getting feedback that you are not able to understand. Reality is you are not attentive, but not attentive in the sessions, right? If you are not attentive in the session, you will never understand. And do remember, student, you may be thinking I am a trainer. I have 20 years of industry experience. I'm saying this one particular thing. Do remember, whatever I'm saying is the interview question is the interview question. You will go and you will crack it if you are paying attention to. When I'm saying you practice it, if you are practicing, you will crack the interview. Finally, your attention should be, I will be very attentive what sir is saying, and I will be doing exercise what is given. If you can do it, you will crack interview, will land up in a 5-6 lakh of job. Bare minimum, if you are starting your career. Who is there in a job, I am not talking about that, right? But if you are really looking out for a job, be very serious in the class. If you're not understanding, you are not asking, I don't understand, how can more I help? What I would recommend, it is a recorded session, please go back and play back. Harish, you are not you have not understood the concept. Okay. Kalyan Vishnu, please unmute yourself and speak about. Did you understand what is the function? Kalyan?
Yes, sir, I understood.
Any question, any doubt? Kalyan? Any questions?
Sir, can you listen me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Yes, sir, I understood, but after practicing, we'll get to know like how much I understood. But till now, I understood.
Okay, you have understood, right? I will give you the example. I will give you 20-30 questions today for writing function and procedure, sorry, functions. Please attempt all the 20. I want you all to complete those 20 exercises before tomorrow session. Okay, in that way you will actually learn. If you are not practicing, then it is not going to help you out. Okay, Lokanath Venkataraman. Lokanath, did you understand? Lokanath dropped out. Okay, yeah, it seems like he dropped out. What about Harish? Harish spoke about Pradeep Chaprala. Did you understand? Ramya is there. Raparthi Manideep. Manideep, would you like to unmute and speak? Did you understand or not? Manideep. Manideep. It is fine. Okay, I cannot go and ask everybody. It is your responsibility and ask question. As you are not asking question, I am assuming you have understood it thoroughly. If you have not understood, it is absolutely fine playing back the video and trying learning it. I will share the example. I will share the slide deck. Please go through it once and you will get a lot of clarity about it. Okay, a function is supposed to return a value. That is what the purpose of a function is. And a merge statement is a special DML command that has no ability of its own. These are the two purposes that we covered today. And thank you so much for this. I will share the document and the questions that you must attempt today. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Good day.